The Statue of Liberty in New York is perhaps the most famous statue of all time. It stands as a symbol of freedom to the world. It was gifted to the United States by France in 1885 as a sign of their mutual desire for liberty. But whilst New York's Lady Liberty is the most famous and the biggest, at just over 151 feet tall, you may be surprised to learn that Glasgow, Scotland's largest city, has 5 of them. And one of them even predates New York's Lady Liberty.
Oh, come on, seriously?
Yep, it's true, sort of. So why aren't Scotland's 5 statues of liberty better known? Well, the answer is that all of Glasgow's statues of liberty are quite literally hidden in plain sight. This one, however, is quite visible to drivers heading over the Kingston Bridge on the M8, especially on a sunny day. Standing on top of the former Cooperative Wholesale Society's Glasgow headquarters in Morrison Street, now luxury apartments, she has a spiky crown and holds aloft a torch just like her New York counterpart. But unlike the New York statue, this one is only 12 feet tall, but she is gilded in 23-carat gold leaf, which makes her especially visible in bright sunlight. This golden sculpture is the work of Kenny Mackay, and it was installed on top of the building's magnificent dome in 2016 to replace another version of Lady Liberty, which was removed in 1996 after it had become unsafe. The original 10-foot-tall copper statue, whose real name is not Lady Liberty but the Statue of Light and Life, was almost destroyed in 1911 when fire in the building's dome melted its steel supports. The previous statue had a light in the torch, but when the bulb went, it meant someone having to climb 4 flights of rickety wooden stairs and squeezing past a water tank to change it. The old copper statue had been erected when the building was constructed in 1897, and following its removal in 1996, it was put into storage, and its fate today is unknown. However, environmental design consultants, Atelier 10, paid for most of the cost of the new statue's installation with the help of several other companies who provided work free or at cost price, with the general public contributing a further £5,000 in a crowdfunding campaign. Made of fiberglass with gold leaf, it was hoisted into place during the early hours of June 16, 2016. But this was not Glasgow's first Statue of Liberty. The first is on top of a tenement building at the corner of Langside Road and Queen's Drive in Glasgow's south side. The building it sits on was highly controversial at the time, as it had been designed by architect William McNichol White in a French Renaissance style, and was considered a little too decadent for Victorian tastes. Perthshire-born McNichol White had spent time in both Canada and the USA, and it's thought his Lady Liberty was inspired by his love of all things American, with the New York Statue of Liberty under construction at the time. This building was constructed in 1885, the same year New York's Statue of Liberty was being reassembled on Liberty Island in New York Harbor. The building's interior was demolished in the 1980s and rebuilt to meet modern residential requirements, but thankfully the Category B listed building's facade was retained. The statue actually represents the Roman goddess of freedom, Libertas, and it predates the dedication of America's Statue of Liberty, so in some respects, Scotland pipped America to the post with its own Statue of Liberty, although we're pretty sure the Mayor of New York won't be losing any sleep over that revelation. Glasgow City Chambers, or municipal buildings, have functioned as the headquarters of Glasgow's City Council since 1889. Located in the city's George Square, this magnificent building was designed by Paisley-born architect William Young, and is today a Category A listed building. Perched on top of the city chambers below the flagpole is another version of Lady Liberty, gazing down on George Square below. Completed in 1888, just 2 years after New York's Statue of Liberty, it was carved by James Alexander Ewing and represents the figure of truth. However, due to its strong resemblance to the famous New York statue, it is also referred to as another of Glasgow's Statues of Liberty. Incidentally, Glasgow City Chambers has the largest marble staircase in Western Europe. Made of Carrara marble imported from Italy, it has 3 ornate levels. Now we're off to Glasgow's famous Sauchiehall Street for the next two Scottish Statues of Liberty. Located at number 520 Sauchiehall Street, this former nightclub spent much of the 20th century as a cinema. Originally known as the Vitagraph, it was later known as the Curzon, and then the Classic before becoming the Tatler, which showed films for, let's say, a more mature, mostly male audience for a short while before closing down in 1984. The two statues of Lady Liberty can be clearly seen in the building's two first-floor columns. And whilst New York's Statue of Liberty remains a symbol of freedom around the world, there are some smaller slices of the Big Apple to be found right here in Scotland's biggest city. We hope you've enjoyed joining us on our bird's-eye tour of Glasgow's Statues of Liberty. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell to be informed of more great content from the Scotland Channel. For further information about the Scotland Channel and how you can support us, visit our website at thescotlandchannel.tv.